So what is a technology exactly? Technology is something that solves a human problem. Call of Duty is a great example of the human problem of boredom. It solves it. Call of Duty was a multi-series game that was made throughout the year, which started in 2003, and is still coming out with new games even today. Call of Duty had many advancements in between each series because of the demand people wanted for more weapons, graphics, types of gameplay. On October 29, 2003, Call of Duty first came out for the PC. First shooter that took place during World War II, and a lot of people liked it. It was one of the, it was kind of original for its time. About 2 years down the road, October 25th, 2005, Call of Duty 2 was released. Also first person during World War II. It was also released for the computer as well as the Xbox 360. Other versions were made for mobile phones, pocket PCs, smartphones, and so on. But the demand for Call of Duty 2 to 1 was great. More weapons, more game types were added. Online was also added as well. Online had been added for Call of Duty, the first one, but later in the game. For the second Call of Duty, there was already online. The second you bought the game, you can go on and play with your friends. The Call of Duty 3 series was better than the Call of Duty 2 series. Call of Duty 3 Call of Duty 3 was also a World War II first-person shooter, and it was the third installment of the Call of Duty series. It was also released on more platforms than Call of Duty 2 was. It was released on Xbox 360. Also, you could play as more different types of armies in the campaign mode, such as American, Canadian, British, French Resistance, and Polish armies. There are also more missions added in the campaign series as well. The fourth installment of Call of Duty was Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. The game is not set during a World War II series. Over 13 million copies of this were sold. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 1 was also Game of the Year. It was one of the most popular games of its time during 2009. The difference between Call of Duty 4 and Call of Duty 3 was very great indeed. First of all, it was not another World War II first-person shooter. It was a first-person shooter that took place in modern times and is based off the war in the Middle East that we are in now, and also fictitious civil war in Russia. The sixth installment of Call of Duty 2. It was developed by Infinity Ward and published by Activision. Treyarch was not involved in the making of Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. They started their own series of Call of Duty, and thus created the fifth installment, Call of Duty World at War. Call of Duty World at War was a Modern War. Call of Duty World at War was a Modern Warfare 2. Call of Duty World at War was a World War II first-person shooter, but it also introduced a new mode called Nazi Zombies. Where would you see a zombie-killing game in Call of Duty? There was never that installment ever, and it made the game just explode with new maps and stuff for the zombies. Like, everybody wanted that game just because of the zombie mode on it. That's what made that game separate from the previous World War II games, and what made it even better and also what made it better. Modern Warfare 2, even though it wasn't created by Treyarch, was also the sixth installment. It was also rated Game of the Year for its time. It was released worldwide November 10th, 2009 for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Microsoft Windows only. Even though it was not released on all consoles, it still sold quite a bit and made a large chunk of money, and was also a great game for last year, and also still is. I still play it, personally. Modern Warfare 2 is the direct sequel to Call of Duty 4 and continues the storyline. The advancements from Modern Warfare 2 from Modern Warfare 1 was also great indeed. It added new types of missions, new types of game modes. Also, online changed quite a bit. From Call of Duty 1 to Call of Duty 2, online changed. More people played. On Call of Duty 2 to 3, not so much. New types of missions, new types of game modes. Also, online changed quite a bit. From Call of Duty 1 to Call of Duty 2, online changed. More people played. Online, Call of Duty 3, you had to pick from set classes. Modern Warfare 2, you could create so many different types of classes, so many types of ways because of all the new things they've added. For example, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, the Claymore was perk. In Modern Warfare 2, it was your equipment. And that changed up the game in various ways. Also, the Call of Duty franchise has been released on many different consoles and handheld games on the side, such as Call of Duty Finest Hour, Call of Duty Big Red 1, Call of Duty Roads of Victory, Call of Duty Roads to Victory, Call of Duty World at War, Final Fronts, and so on. There are many more different types of this franchise. But they also they're mostly for handheld games. So Call of Duty is a technology. It did advance over the years. It does solve the human problem of, a first-person shooter everyone likes, and it does also solve the problem of boredom, in my opinion. And it's a great game and all. And I hope you enjoyed this, and this is my presentation.